All right, you are listening to WSOU. I am Nick, and I am here with Ray Mazzola from Brick by Brick. What's going on, man?
I'm just hanging out. How are you?
Doing pretty good. And I was just checking out not too long ago your new record that's coming out this Friday, This World My Enemy. It's the first one you've done with the band. How excited are you for this to finally come out?
Oh, we are incredibly stoked. This is it's been a long process in the works
Right.
from just from the point of fruition up until now, up until the actual release. Because I mean, Brick by Brick's been a band for about years, and I've been friends with them since that point. And just coming into the band and knowing their music and getting everything together and knowing the vibe of the band, it's been a wild ride. So it's coming now that we finally got into the studio and was able to make everything solid and get the tracks out and recorded and put my input onto the band. It's definitely it's a big investment and improvement overall for the music itself. It's like I brought my piece to the band, and their game so much just to bring it to the next level. It's awesome.
Now, do you think that was an easy transition since you guys knew each other already so well? Was it kind of easy? You guys just hit each other off, and in the studio, it just kind of worked really well?
Oh yeah, it definitely. I had told them years ago. I was like, hey, you know what? I know your songs. If you ever need somebody to fill in, because I knew sometimes they had an issue with the old singer with his
Right.
schedule. I was like, if you ever needed somebody to come fill in, I know the majority of your songs already.
Right.
Just from playing shows and touring together with between Full Blown Chaos and then doing stuff upstate with Brick by Brick and randomly. So it just rolled. It just rolled real quick. They hit me up and they're like, hey, can you do this Canadian run with Madball for Brick by Brick? And I was like, yeah, sure. I went in, had a couple of practices, and then after that, they asked me if I would be full time.
That's awesome.
Just we just had such a good time together, and it was seamless.
That's awesome. And
Yeah.
because of all of that, do you feel that because it seems like usually the vocalist of a band is the center point, and that's kind of the band's what they're once you change the voice, sometimes it changes the whole vibe of the band. Do you feel that especially from a fan's perspective, that it's still something that'll be seen very positively by the fans of the band?
Oh, I mean, I believe so. It's with Brick by Brick, they have their own sound, their own energy
Right.
before I even stepped in. So what I did was, I mean, it's still the same vocal style that they'll get, from any project I do. It's just when I took energy and just added my input pretty much. It's like the band is still exactly the same. They're still pumping out, the same type of songs, the same sound, the same energy. And I just scooped right in and just, tried to feed off of that.
Right.
Yeah.
Now, another thing that I think is pretty interesting is that the fact that the record is coming out on Friday the 13th. Now, do you think that's going to be good luck or bad luck, especially since it's your first with the band? This is a big deal.
Well, if, the saying goes, if it wasn't for bad luck, I'd have no luck at all. But it's, I feel it's going to be good luck. Yeah. It's not I think I've banked up enough good karma
Right.
and kismet to roll over for another lifetime. So it's, I think it's going to be good. I mean, it's getting great reviews right now. Everybody seems to be stoked on the new songs.
Oh, yeah.
And I haven't heard anything bad about it yet.
That's
So, I
always
mean,
good.
I'm always looking for criticism, and the only criticism is like people want it out already.
Right. I mean,
Yeah.
that's always good then. That's a good place to start from.
Oh yeah.
Now, a thing that I was really drawn to the first time I got the promo of it was the album artwork. I thought it was really, really well done and really captures like the first, like, it just gets you stuck on the image. Where did that kind of come from to have that as the album cover?
It was part of our idea of, like just the main feeling for the burdens that we have throughout life.
Right.
It's like there's never a moment where we're not struggling at least a little bit. That's just the vice of the working man. It's like we don't get a chance. We're constantly, if we're not working our asses off, we're paying into our own deaths pretty much, and
right.
giving money and just working our asses off. And that's the vibe of the cover. We had our buddy Craig Holloway did the art for it, and he does some fantastic work. His art is just out of control. We got to play some band Ricochet. They're out of Detroit, and great time. That guy, let me tell you, his artwork is just, he blows everything away. That's why we had to go with him.
Oh yeah.
For to be able to portray the imagery that we wanted.
Yeah, definitely, because that was the first thing that I was drawn to. As soon as I saw that, I was like, this is, like, you could kind of get the vibe of the record through the picture, and I was like, this is going to be a really awesome record.
Oh yeah, it's just the natural everyday struggle.
Oh yeah.
We're not rich people and we're not kids. It's like, we know what life is about, and we know we are realistic about our expectations and, what's going to come. And if hard work pays off.
Exactly.
That's what we're doing now.
And you guys did this album with Biohazard's guitarist Billy. He mixed it and everything. How did that go?
That was great. I mean, we went in and, just to backtrack a second, we went in and recorded the album with our buddy Chris at Crunchmaker Studio up in the Albany area, upstate. And then we did a little light mixing, and we sent it over to Billy. We're like, you know what? Billy knows what he's doing. I did a record with Full Blown with Billy years ago, and and I know his quality, and he'll put a touch on it that will make it stand out like nobody else's business.
Right.
So, and that's exactly, we gave him the tracks, and we're like, do your magic, do your thing, and it came back just tremendous. It's like, I thought we did a great job just right off the board, and then I hear his mix when it gets back, and it's like, you're like, whoa! I mean, this is it just blew us away. We're like, oh, okay, this is great,
right?
Yeah. And then with the mastering to Alan at West Side, and he's done pretty much everybody. And once he gets it in his hands, that's it. You get the stamp. You get you get the quality stamp.
Right.
Yeah.
And now another thing that I thought was really cool about this album is you could really see your guys' influences coming through on the album, especially with the fact that you guys have the song Hate Breeds Rage. I mean, that I'm assuming that has a little bit of something to do with Hatebreed.
Well, it's the song itself. I mean, we have a history with Hatebreed and stuff.
Right.
The song itself is an homage to the band Cutthroat from up in the Clifton Park area. There's two. We did two cover tracks where we invited the singers, the vocalists of the band.
Oh, okay.
I mean, they're bands that aren't around anymore.
Right.
Cutthroat and Straitjacket, and we had them come in and had their vocalists come in and just kind of and get in on those two songs as a giving back to them, because they pretty much influenced a lot of the scene up there years ago, and there's definitely in a lot of our music, there's definitely Hatebreed influence in everything we do. I mean, they put a stamp on heavy music that like I said it for years. Jamie came in and he kicked the door open and he kept his foot there for everybody to run in.
Oh yeah, that's for sure.
That's the truth.
Oh yeah. And then you also had, which I thought was really interesting, you have Deep Purple Space Truckin' on there.
Oh yeah.
That was pretty cool.
Oh, yeah.
When I listened to that, I was like, I've never thought of like a hardcore band covering like Deep Purple.
Yeah, it's what we're big Deep Purple fans, and it's not a knock towards the band, but I feel the overkill version of of space trucking was a travesty. So it was definitely, no offense to the band. It's just, I love Overkill, but it was just like, it was rough. It was definitely rough. And we put our own twist on it. And we were like, let's just get in and do it.
Yeah.
And, and it came out great. We had a good time. We wanted to do stuff that we would enjoy.
Right. And I think that definitely you can see that. And now, like you mentioned, the touring side, I did know that prior to you being in the band really hadn't done much of touring, outside of like the New York kind of tri-state area. And then once you came in, you guys have done a little bit more touring. Is that something you guys really want to hit the ground running, doing, just getting all over the country and getting out there?
Oh, yeah. I mean, we're very realistic on touring. Touring is difficult these days for anybody.
Oh, yeah.
For the U.S. I mean, that's just how it is. We have some plans to get over to the West Coast in March.
Okay.
We're going to do like a week and a half run out there, and we're doing a bunch of Weekend Warrior stuff
right
here and there, and we have a bunch of stuff coming up this month, and we have a half a dozen shows next month, pretty much just trying to keep busy, and locally, and but we're going to we do have a lot of plans to make a lot of moves, and it's just all whatever the band's ability is. We're not trying to overstretch or do things, that's not within our means. We're being very realistic about it, but also want to hit the ground running as hard as we can.
Right. Now, also, since you joined Brick by Brick, is there still anything going on with your other project, or is that something that you've kind of moved on from now into this?
Oh, yeah. I mean, there's with Full Blown Chaos has been on a small hiatus for a while. We just we do random stuff here and there just to keep everybody going.
Right.
We're in the process right now of writing new music.
Okay.
And we'll be doing a lot more this coming year, the new year coming. So, but it's still active. I did a bunch of with the projects. I did a bunch of vocals, little guest spots on a buddy's project, also a band called Menacing out of Long Island. It has Steve Gallo from Old AF Drummer. Has him. It's got Josh Karakis from he used to play in Sarah, and it's a nice little grindy punk project. Did a little vocal stuff on that, and there's still a lot of stuff. There's no way that I'm ever gonna back away from music. Every project that comes across, I try to do something with.
Right. That's always good. That's good to hear. I like when people are so dedicated to it and they just want to keep rolling with it.
Oh, yeah.
But
gotta keep busy.
Oh, yeah, of course. Now, I'm sure, because it was probably up before you even joined the band, but of course I went through the Facebook page just to see what was going on. And the bio and everything just kind of really does it's very comical, but it does sum you guys up. Your guys' band interests, it says, are long walks in the park and staying out of jail. And your influences are everyone except Justin Bieber. And I think those two statements are very straight to the point and very accurate.
Well, that's the truth. One thing I can say about Brick by Brick, even before I came into the band, is that there's a solidarity vibe. There's a no nonsense vibe, but there's also when you're coming to a Brick by Brick show, it's going to be a party.
Right.
That's just how it is. We have that vibe, and it's like, all right, who's carrying who out tonight? Whose turn is it to, who's the one that's going to be being carried and who's the carrier, pretty much. And it was like that before I even got into the band. It's
right.
Like they have an energy. These guys are some of the best musicians I've ever been able to play with. Just for the camaraderie and the talent. They're a great fit, and I'm truly blessed to be able to come into that fold and be able to put my mark on them as well.
Okay, that's awesome.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
All right, and I got one more question for you. Now, this has nothing to do with music. It's just a random question. But in the last few days, I don't know how I came up with it, but all the staff up here and everything, we've been talking about it, and it's actually caused quite a stir. So the question is, which leg do you put your pants on first, right or left?
I normally do the right.
Right? See, no, I'm a lefty, and everyone's been very against me on this one. But it's been quite the topic, so I just had to find out.
It goes by a lot. I've heard this before because I do a lot of reading, I do a lot of research.
Okay.
And when it depends on your personality, which side, and it's also which leg you're dominant with.
That's
because
what I thought.
Because there's one leg that is maybe a fraction longer than the other.
So you put it on that one first?
Yeah, usually it's the leg that you would lead off with.
Right, okay.
As for walking is the one that you would put your pant leg on first.
Okay, that makes a lot more sense. Because we were trying to figure it all out. Everyone's like, oh, it's your dominant hand, but I'm a righty and I put my left leg first. So we were really confused. But everyone else is, oh, I'm right hand dominant, so I use my right leg. And it's like that. Yeah, so I was like, now I will go after this, after I'm done editing it, I'm going to go and tell them all that they were all wrong. So thank you for setting everything straight.
That's what it goes by. It goes by which leg you lead off with.
Okay.
And the size.
That's awesome. Now all the answers have finally come out.
That's awesome.
Now, is there anything you want to add wrapping up?
We have a bunch of shows coming up. We have our record release up in Clifton Park at Trick Shots on Friday with some great bands, Sworn Enemy, local buds forever.
Oh, yeah.
Ego Destroys, Borrowed Time, Execution Style, and Trife Life. It's going to be insane. We're going to be out in Jersey at Court Tavern, November 27th.
Okay.
With Sworn Enemy and Hammer Fight.
I'm going to have to try to get to that.
That's going to be a good time.
That's awesome.
Yeah, we have there's a bunch of stuff in the works. I'm trying to work out a full-blown get out there too, and for before the year's up, just kind of do a little jump on a show type of thing just to keep everybody happy. And that's, Brick by Brick's got a lot of stuff going on, and I request for everybody to pick up the album and give us their feedback and enjoy it.
Awesome. Well, I'll definitely have to try to come catch you guys out when you come around the area.
Oh, that'd be awesome.
Yeah. All right. Well, thank you very much for your time.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate it. Anytime.